Hello, year 5 and year 6. Today I'm taking you back again to ancient Greece. So grab your topic book or your English book if you're at home and you don't have a topic book. Grab a pencil, a pen, a ruler, maybe some colored pencils, and let's get started. So this week, to explore a bit more about ancient Greece, we're going to have a look at Alexander the Great. Maybe some of you have heard about him, maybe some of you haven't heard about him yet. So it's going to be a good time to learn about this great figure, or maybe not so great. And this is taking back to our LO. Alexander the Great, does he deserve the name great? Question mark. This is a question we're going to try to answer over our session this week. So without further ado, write the LO. Alexander the Great, comma, does he deserve the name great? And you can have the short date in the margin as well. Make sure you do it properly and neatly like you would do in class, and I would catch up with you very soon. So year 5 and year 6, in line with our value of responsibility this term, I'm not going to talk through a lot today. I'm going to obviously show you different slides, but it's going to be your responsibility to take some notes as we go along today. We're also going to use through this session some primary and secondary sources of information, as it says in the sign of success, and I'll go back to these points later in the lesson. So make sure you're ready to take some notes as we go along. You can obviously go back to the slides if you need to. Don't move forward, because if not, you may be lost. So let's get started. First point, does Alexander deserve the name great? Good question. And we need to have obviously more information about it. But first of all, we need to have an idea of what does great mean, because it might mean something for me, but it might mean something different for another person. So as you would normally do in class, just write the question in the middle, you can circle it, and then add around some arrows with some ideas. What does great mean? So pause the video and try to find as many answers as you can, and we'll share them very soon. Well done, everyone. I'm sure you came up with great ideas. Great again. And I'm going to share with you mine. So does great mean very large? Does great mean a long time ago? Does it mean outstanding at something? Of huge importance? Someone with a superior character? Or someone powerful? Probably you've got different ideas as well, but these are the ones I focused on today. Now, Alexander the Great, does he deserve the name great? Let's explore. So these lessons today and another time during this week are going to be in two different parts. Part 1 is getting to know Alexander the Great. Then part 2, exploring primary and secondary sources of information. Part 3, was Alexander the Great that great? And obviously a conclusion, depending on what you think about Alexander the Great. So let's move on to part 1. So part 1 is made out different slides, and I just want you to read the slides and take some notes as you go along. So I'm not going to say much about them. I'm just going to play them as they go. So obviously when you need to pause the video, take some notes, and then start again. Well done, year 5 and year 6. I'm sure you start having an idea whether Alexander deserves the name great. Now, just to add more facts to probably the tons of notes you've taken, we're going to watch a video together. So again, if you want to take some notes, feel free to do so. If you want to watch the video and then go back to it, you will just have to go back in time and watch it again. So let's get ready to watch this video.
Alexander the Great. This little region in southern Europe is called Macedonia. Around 2,300 years ago, King Philip II and his wife Olympia reigned over Macedonia and all Greece. They had a son called Alexander, who they brought up to be a great king. His teacher was one of the most important Greek philosophers of ancient times, Aristotle. When he was 20 years old, Alexander became king of Greece, and he set about conquering the greatest empire in the world. Leading his troops out, Alexander left for the conquest of Asia. They fought in very tight formations and used lances almost 5 meters long. Macedonian soldiers were greatly feared by their enemies. Alexander had more than 30,000 men in his army. But Darius, the king of the Persians, had an army 3 times as big. Among them were the 10,000 immortals, fearsome warriors who acted as his personal guard. In the city of Gordium, there was a legend. The person who could undo the famous knot on King Midas's chariot, known as the Gordian knot, would reign over all Asia. Many kings and princes had tried unsuccessfully to untie the knot. But Alexander unsheathed his sword and cut the knot with one slash. The prophecy was fulfilled, and Alexander defeated Darius's great army. But as well as fighting, Alexander established alliances with the countries he invaded, while uniting them in his empire through peaceful means. He liberated Egypt from the Persians and crowned himself pharaoh. He followed the local laws and religion, thus winning the support of the Egyptians. It was here that he founded the first city to bear his name, Alexandria. Afterwards, he decided to travel to India, and on the way, he founded more cities to control his new territories. Alexander was famed for his bravery, as he always insisted on leading his troops into battle. For this reason, his enemies called him Alexander the Great. But his Greek soldiers were getting tired of so much war and missed their homes. Alexander's expedition lasted over 11 years. He died very young, aged 33, having conquered the largest empire of the ancient world.
So year 5 and year 6, I'm pretty sure you've got even more notes now than ever before. So a good way to start answering the question, does Alexander deserve the name great, is maybe to organize your notes. You could have 3 sections like I've done here on the slide. Yes, Alexander deserves the name great because, and you can give some reasons with bullet points. No, he doesn't deserve the name great because, and you can give some reason. Or maybe you're just not sure yet and you need to wait for the next lesson to start figuring out an answer to the question. So well done year 5 and year 6 for your work today. Pause the video, answer this question by completing the grid here, and I'll catch up with you in the next one. Bye year 5, year 6, see you soon.